To work the rosebud stitch, you're going to need multiples of 3 across the row that begins with the green. So whether you're working in the round or back and forth flat, make sure that the row that you're going to be working this green on has multiples of 3. So I have a base here of double crochet stitches. You could have single crochet. Okay, so I'm ready to start my row of green, and I'm going to pull my yarn through that last stitch, and I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2. So now I'm going to make a V-stitch. So I'm going to skip 2 stitches, and I'm going to make a V-stitch in this stitch. Yarn around the hook, insert into the stitch, pick up the yarn and pull it through, pull the yarn through 2, and pull the yarn through 2. Now chain 1, and make 1 more double crochet in that same stitch. And that forms a V-stitch because it looks like a V. And I'm going to do that all the way across the row. So I'm going to skip 1, 2, and in the next stitch I'm going to make a V-stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And I'm going to repeat that all the way. Skip 2, make a V-stitch in the next stitch. Okay, I worked across the row making V-stitches, and at the end of the row I'm going to skip 2 stitches, and I'm going to double crochet in the last stitch like that and fasten off the green. So now I'm going to do the row of pink rosebuds. Okay, so if I were working in the round, this would be a V-stitch, and I would start my first rosebud here. Because I'm working flat, I'm going to pull my yarn through that stitch, and I'm just going to chain 2. Now I'm going to go into the center of this V-stitch, and I'm going to make a cluster stitch, and that's similar to a double crochet. So yarn around the hook, insert into the V, pull up the yarn. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, so you're just going to pick up the yarn and pull it through the first 2, and you're going to do that 2 more times. So pick up the yarn and pull it through. Now pull it through 2 and stop there. Make the next one. Just pull through the first 2 loops. So now you're going to have 4 loops on your hook. If you want really thick roses, you would do this 2 more times, but I find doing 3 is fine. So now you're going to pick up the yarn, you're going to pull it through all the 4 loops on the hook. Okay, and now I'm going to chain 2. And I'm going to go to the next V-stitch, and I'm going to make another rosebud. Just pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and now pull through all 4. Chain 2. I'm going to work all the way across the row. Okay, I worked across the row, and at the end of the row I'm going to double crochet in that last stitch, and I'm going to fasten off the pink. And then for the next row, after that row of rosebuds, I'm going to attach my white, and I'm going to chain 2, and that takes the place of the first double crochet. And in this space between my double crochet and my rosebud, I'm going to do 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. Now in every chain 2 space all the way across, I'm going to make 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Go to the next space, make 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Like that, and you work all the way across like that in multiples of 3, and at the end of the row you'll still have the same multiples as you had before. Okay, I worked all the way across the row, so then for the next row you would just chain 2 and make 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way across, and you'll be all set up for when you want to make your next section of rosebud stitch. So you can use the rosebud stitch and just work a small section and add it over the bottom of a sweatshirt or on the ends of the sleeves. Or you can incorporate it within a pattern. And this would be a nice stitch for a baby blanket. You could probably just put a rosebud row every 10 inches or so. So there you go. That's how you crochet the rosebud stitch. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.